Hello? Testing, testing. Can you hear me? Is there anybody in chat who can hear me? Testing, testing. Hello, Cruel Noise. Can you hear me? How's the audio sound? Excellent. I'm glad you can hear it, because it's a Model M. So I'm going to be playing through Doom with this Model M keyboard, because that's how we did it back in the day. So be ready for clicks, clacks, and no mouse look, just keyboard. And on ultra violence, because that's how real people play it. .54% health this early is not good, but there's plenty of health in stage 1. Hopefully the key clicking isn't overpowering my voice. Do let me know if it is a little too loud. I'll see what I can do. So, this is the latest version. There's actually a couple of multiplayer-oriented secrets that you can access in single player. Like, this is designed to open up the level in case you're playing multiplayer, but in single player, it lets you skip a significant amount of it. By the way, if you have Franker Faces installed, there's a good selection of emotes and stuff you can use. I bet this is just non-stop keyboard clicking, but that's okay. So part of the reason like old first-person shooters used like the arrow keys, Control and Alt and such rather than like letter keys is because the 2-key rollover of these Model M keyboards did not apply to like modifier keys, so you could press multiple modifier keys like say Control and Alt without getting a weird result. Weirdos swapped their crouch key to C after these keyboards fell by the wayside. Let's see if I remember how to get that other secret there. I think it's go back and forward. Nope, too slow. What? 1 second. Why you gotta be like this, OBS? Don't ask me why that happened, but okay. Well, that would be a problem, because I'm trying to... I'm not focused on it, and I saw that message, so that's good. There we go. Finally got the elevator. By the way, I'm playing through this on Chocolate Doom, which adheres to the original Doom limitations, so 35 FPS, 320 by 200 resolution, and no fancy transparencies or whatever. I've got OBS open on the side here, so I'll keep an eye on that Twitch chat and try to fix it if it ever dies again. Yep, that's right. First level's easy, so is this one. I guess my first priority should be to grab the backpack, just so I don't overload on ammo. Activate the secret while I'm at it. Just grab some more ammo, even though I don't really need it, but hey, it counts towards item percentages. Even though it's usually impossible to get 100% items, because that also includes health, and oftentimes you'll bypass a med kit, like that one. I think it was this point where I decided that Doom was way cooler than Wolfenstein, simply because it even had these pseudo outdoor areas. Matt, why would I want to play this in 4K when it was originally designed for 320 by 200? Don't you have respect for the artistic integrity of Doom? Well, he should. Also, why is Matt complaining on Mumble rather than getting in here on the Twitch chat? By the way, this stream is probably going to be well under an hour because episode 1 isn't very long and I kind of know it inside and out. Depending on how the time fares, though, I might go on to episode 2 even if that isn't part of the challenge. Are you enjoying the clicking of my keyboard? I got more than enough bullets, time to use that instead. There's 2 backpacks in this level. I mean, you kind of only need the one, but more ammo is always good. Like, check out those 40 cells I'll never be able to use in this episode. A lot of this little maze is optional, but I kind of like just doing it in all, because it's fun to explore these dark little corners. Look at how this light fades in and out. This was amazing in '93. Chainsaw is cool but useless. I mean, if you want to see it. Are you happy now? It's kind of cool how Doom even uses like vertical spaces to reduce your visibility. Like, it's kind of hard to see up those stairs. Easy peasy. Boy, this was a lot harder on my old 486 where the frame rate wasn't exactly this smooth. It often dropped to like 10 FPS at full screen levels. Buttery smooth. I think it just chooses whatever's closest to you and then adjusts the plane based on what's after that. So like, it did pick the barrel rather than the imp because the barrel was in front. Did I clear out all this? Nope. I love how you can chainsaw pinkies with no real risk to yourself. Oh hey, Nutrix, thanks for the follow. And Anime Freak, I'm surprised you didn't follow me before, but thank you. I don't. Hopefully I'll get more into it. It's just a matter of setting up OBS and all that. And of course I start by streaming one of the most popular games ever. Imp just blew up his own barrel. Why should I do that? Why not just YOLO and deal with whenever OBS decides to crash and take everything with me with it? I don't quite recall how to activate the secret level access here. Well, I'll just keep going and figure it out later. Maybe kill these guys while we're at it. Thanks for blowing up that barrel, dudes. Thank you for the follow, Cruel Noise. Oh, thank you. I guess since I never streamed, you had no reason to follow me. Let's try to fix that. I'm under 100% health, so let's try to finish this episode without actually dying. Is it funny or sad that I've kind of memorized exactly whenever Doom does a jump scare? It's less scary when you know you're turned around and pointed directly at it, ready to shotgun the imps that show up. We're back to 100% health. We're doing okay. Just this area of Doom in particular is something that's just so cool to me. Like, you never really saw this level of, like, architecture in games before it. Like, just simple facts that you can look through a window and see, then go down the stairs and go to the same room that you're looking through is just unbelievable. Really helped Doom feel like a real place back in '93. Sure wish I could get my hands on some more super armor, because when you go under 100% armor, the armor is actually reduced in effectiveness. When you have the super armor, it isn't. And not just based on the percentage, but in terms of the damage reduction each percentage does for you. Oh, this is kind of bad. I'll just shoot those barrels before they become a problem. Some imp decides to blow one up next to me. There we go, back up to full resources. Nice aim there. Here's the exit, but because I'm dumb, let's see if I can remember how to get to the military base secret level. Alright, okay. So I gotta run over the line def. Wait for the thingy to drop, and then run back up onto it before it raises. There's another one I need to check out, because I'm pretty sure this one just goes to the blue face. Yeah. I think I'll skip that for now, because I'm at 194% health. And do the other one now. I like how there's little waterway, well, sewageway things that you can't actually go through. Like, I really do think this level is one of the very best in all of Doom. Now that I'm at only 184%, let's go get the other power up. And if I recall correctly, that should have raised the central thing. So that I can, yep. So now I can get across and gain access to the secret exit. Sure, if they're like less than $20 or whatever, like I don't really want to pay too much for something where the only real useful thing in there is the controller. And there's the secret exit. I know the challenge is only to finish Doom Episode 1, but hey, this level's cool. I like how this one is split into like 4 separate ways that you can sort of mostly do separately. You know, even though I usually play Doom with a mouse and keyboard and WASD configuration like normal people now, it's amazing how much muscle memory is attached to the very specific pause and then strafe for avoiding imp shots. Okay, so as soon as I run over this teleporter, a bunch of things are gonna start teleporting in. And let's use up all my bullet ammo, just because it's easier than shotgunning things. Simple. I think there's a couple more that will tell. Yeah, here's another. And I think that's all of them, because I don't hear any more monster noises. So that's one section done. Oh, don't have a blue key yet, because this is one of those that kind of does not follow the blue, yellow, red progression that most Doom levels do. I am using the OPL3 sound mode, so it basically sounds like an ad-lib or sound blaster would for the music, which is kind of how people like me played it back in the day. None of this fancy MIDI output via Roland SCC1 or whatever, just good old sound blaster. I think there's a secret over there, but I don't remember it, so I'm not going to bother getting it. Like, I guess for a bit of introduction, Chocolate Doom is a source port that adheres to all the strengths and limitations of Doom as it originally had. So you can't get it running at a higher resolution than 320 by 200. You can't get it running at a higher frame rate than 35 FPS. Hey, Janos. Have you seen the homebrew version of the Sound Blaster called either the Snood Bloober or the Snark Barker? It's this homebrew card that replicates exactly what the Sound Blaster 1 could do, and you can build it yourself. Like, all the parts and stuff are documented and can be purchased. And then you can manufacture the PCB yourself. Hope they do something similar with the legendary Sound Blaster 2. Well, Sound Blaster 16, I guess. Back when I decommissioned my 486, which in retrospect maybe I should not have done, the one part I did save was the Sound Blaster 16, so I have a Sound Blaster 16 sound card back in my closet. Kind of regret getting rid of that system and the monitor and everything. But, oh well. If I was going to do a new build, it wouldn't be a 486, it would be like a Turn of the Millennium Pentium 2 or 3, which is good enough to run like the Windows 98 games, but can also boot to pure DOS mode without any real issue. One of the other streamers I know, Duke Donuts, he uses a Pentium 2 350 MHz for his retro streams where he plays stuff like Might and Magic 6 and on original hardware. What do I need? Oh yeah, I grabbed the blue key, so now I need to get the blue key and get to the blue door, which is there. Most modern Doom source ports conveniently color code the doors, but this one doesn't because Doom didn't. Oh, I'm too far forward and got sandwiched by two specters. Well, DOSBox isn't 100% accurate. Like, there are games that just will straight up not work right, like Astro Counter Crescents and other ones that use some of the really weird display modes. And there's also a matter of, you know, like resolution scaling and stuff. Like, remember, a lot of DOS games run at 320 by 200, which is non-square pixels, which Doom included, and those create, like, resolution artifacts when you try to play them on a lot of modern displays. Like in this case, I'm actually running Doom at 1600 by 1200, which is a perfect multiplier of 320 by 200. So we're not seeing any of those artifacts. Plus, I think there's just something cool about original hardware. Like, if you love something enough and want to keep it alive, I think that is inherently worthwhile. Like, I have a Commodore 64 that I've recapped and otherwise and put heat sinks on and otherwise made sure that it's future-proofed. And like, there's no real benefit to using it over, say, Vice or the Mister or Commodore 64 core, but it's still cool in its own right. I heard another imp. Where are you? This is where, you know, looking down would be kind of useful, because I know he's down there, but I can't see him. Oh, whatever. Not getting 100% on that one. Yeah, see, if I had nailed him, I'd probably have gotten 100%. I do like how some things in Doom don't really obey sensible laws of physics, but look cool. Like if you see that barrel, when I shot it, it went forward rather than backwards. And that's also the same reason sometimes when you shoot bodies, they'll land forward and fall off of an upper area. Not realistic, but very cool. Oh yeah, for any modern Doom mod, I usually use GZ Doom with, well, not with mouse control, but I disable looking up and down, because I feel that's against the spirit of Doom. But yeah, it is nice to play it at like high resolutions. Like with this new computer build, the first thing I did was fire up GZ Doom and play it at 165 Hz, because why not? A lot of modern Doom mods also kind of assume that you have the more precise control that mouse and keyboard will give you, rather than the slightly more sloppy keyboard input that I'm using right now. Like, there's no way you're gonna finish, say, Ancient Aliens or Scythe without having very accurate control. Boy, see what I mean about the muscle memory of strafe dodging imp shots? You look, pause, and then step. I screwed up. Goodbye, Blueface. Don't have as many bullets as I'd like, but what can you do about that? Especially when you're fighting imps who don't drop ammo. I mean, that's actually viable with the imps. Or with pinkies. Ooh, that's... Back in Doom version 1.0 and I think up to 1.2, that symbol was a little something else. Just let's call it a Wolfenstein tribute and leave it at that. Yeah, you kind of inherently get to know the range that barrels work at. Hey, pro tip, Doom is also a stealth game. Stealth kill. I'm not sure why that imp didn't alert. Let's see. I don't see why it'd be in a different sector, because basically enemies alert based on what sectors they can hear from. Like you see, I fired a shotgun there, which alerted all these guys in similar sectors, including the one behind me. I'm not sure I've ever played any stealth-oriented Doom mods, even though I know it's technically possible. Well, unless you count, like, Strife with some of its alarm-based missions, but that's kind of a very different game. Did I get him? Nope. Strife is cool. It's kind of janky. Some of the game design is real whack, because like the very first mission you're most likely to get is something that will render the game impossible to complete, because you're supposed to not actually do it. It's neat though. You just kind of have to get used to some frustration and saving often. Not sure if it's more or less frustrating than Hexen, where you get like, this switch has opened something somewhere on the 7 portals, and you have to figure out which of the well, 7 different worlds that you have access to just had something change. I think Hexen was actually the last time I streamed 3 years ago. I like Hexen, it's just there's issues. I actually like it more than Heretic, which is otherwise a generally more straightforward game, but then has the occasional level where a key you need to acquire is literally in a secret area, or like there's 15 pillars in this room and the switch you need to pull is on one of them, and you won't see it unless you've backed up into the rear of the room and looked at every single one individually. Where is the shotgunner? Is he wandering out? Hello. That was a little too close. Did I get the pinky? Nope. There we go. And one of the more obvious secrets of Doom, let's press space on the level wall that's colored completely differently. I have a lot of rockets, but they're generally not safe to use in a lot of Episode 1 levels, simply because you don't have the range. Plus, like, that's real satisfying. I mean, sure, who am I to ignore the will of the mob? There's actually a couple of Doom Done quick tricks to get faster level times that involve pseudo rocket jumping, where you blast across gaps by hugging a wall and blowing yourself away with a rocket, but that's kind of beyond my skill. Oh, this could be bad. Did I get him? I could have gone better. I've never finished Marathon. Like, I've played it, well, I played the source port, but never gotten through it. Totally not a trap. Well, in the words of Bubsy, what could possibly go wrong? Oh, right, it sends you back to the level start. Well, whatever. Did I do this once? Yep, I have the memory of a goldfish. That's exactly where I came from. Yeah, the elevator of doom. It's easier to just hang out by there and shoot everything that comes up. You know, I kind of wish Doom 2016 and Eternal had monster infighting, because that's something that Doom has that basically no other FPS ever did. To some extent, but like it's more, they can damage each other. It's not like they outright attack each other. Not like you can like taunt the Marauder into murdering everything else around you. Cool, back to 200% health and armor. I guess with infighting though, like true infighting, the Slayer gates would kind of be absolute nonsense because they're so chaotic that half the enemies would be dead when by the time you did anything, because they just hit each other with all this stuff. Yeah, they're scripted to start infighting, and they take damage from each other if you manage to pilot projectiles and stuff into them, but they don't react to it. It'd be really funny to see like a modern FPS a la Call of Duty or something where you're fighting human enemies have like full-on infighting. You know, storm the beaches at Normandy and then watch some Germans accidentally shoot each other and it all collapses into a German-on-German melee. Did RCT Return to Castle Wolfenstein have infighting between like the zombies and the Germans? I don't recall. Oh, this is bad. Oh, thank goodness. Found the light amp goggles. I don't even really consider Return to Castle Wolfenstein zombie stuff as horror. Oh. Well. For 8, that might be a little different. Uh-oh. Well, so much for the 200-200. Oh well. This is what, E1M6? Alright. 2 more levels and then I'll be done episode 1. You know, playing Doom on a Model M is kind of tiring. What's your favorite level of episode 1, Cool Noise? As I recall, those things, the 2 brownish things, open up and unleash a lot of shotgunners, so I'm trying to preserve the barrels. Oh yeah, E1M3 is... I think that might be the greatest level in Doom, period. Not just any episode 1. It's also the one that gets the most changes in a lot of the ports and stuff, because it has a lot of like multiple windows that you can view other areas of the level through. somewhat semi-large outdoor areas, lots of scripted triggers and stuff. So it's very interesting to see how various source ports and stuff simplify it. One of these days I should stream Jaguar Doom so we can see the differences. What? Do you take Jaguar streaming as a threat? No, a threat is like ZX Spectrum streaming. It's like Jaguar has cool games like Super Burnout and Wolfenstein 3D and Doom and Tempest 2000. ZX Spectrum has like Fat Worm Blows a Sparky. Twitch should ban people as soon as they detect that they're streaming ZX Spectrum games, regardless of the content. Oh yeah, now I kind of remember why this level isn't fun. It's like, okay, I've got the blue and red keys, where do I go now? Gotcha. Alright, there's the blue door, finally. Oh, these little rooms with like the multiple paths. It almost feels like a tribute to some of those old first-person RPGs like Wizardry and stuff. You know, where you step at the center and then you turn to see the different angles. Well, you know, Doom's audio design is really good, because you always get that audio cue of whether or not you've gotten rid of everything. Gee, that's subtle. An arrow-shaped conglomeration of armor. Oh, look. Auto map. Let's get some of these extra bits. I wonder if the specters come through on stream. Like, they're pretty obvious when I'm looking at them, but I wonder if the bitrate affects things. How is the bitrate anyway? I kind of just went whatever works. I did the automatic stream test on OBS and used whatever settings it spat out. Uh-oh. I know that. Is that all of them? Cool, I was just wondering if like the way the dithering works here would kind of affect how well OBS, I mean Twitch displays things, because you know there's certain combinations of like flashing lights and patterns and stuff that can absolutely kill the bit rate. Not sure if that's the exit. I don't actually remember. Ah, what the heck. Let's pull it and see what happens. Nope. Good. Yeah, I feel this level is just a little too long for its own good. Like, I mean, any level, including this one, can be speedrun, but this is kind of... It's got a lot of separate bits to it. Oh, this is bad. I used up a lot of bullets on that one. %65 armor. Did I pick up that green armor that was over here a while back? Find some bullets at least. Alright, well, I guess that's that. E1M7. 2 more levels, although the last one is not exactly long. How is Insurgency Sandstorm's PvP? I don't think we've ever played that. Oop. Oh, this is bad. Okay, this is real bad. Health. Would like to find some health. If I die, I'm just gonna do the usual pistol start. Okay, so there's health to the left. Watch carefully. Run out, grab. I think there are shotgunners up there. let's find out. So far, so good. All right. What, you mean I shouldn't just open the door and stand there in it? There's an imp around here, and shotgunner, so let's get hit. Oh, probably another shotgunner. Take out those dudes while I'm here. No blue key yet. I see you, imp. Alright, how are we doing? 35% health, 32% armor. Guess I'll be taking this one slowly. Uh-oh. 1 second. Yeah, nightlight turned on. There. I think I could have gone up there and grabbed the rad suit and stuff, but I'm just gonna take it very cautiously. I've mostly cleared this room. I'll take care of the barrels just so a horrible accident doesn't happen. Well, health's looking a lot better. Perfect. Back up to a comfortable amount of resources. Are you saying that chainsawing a bunch of guys is less psychopathic than shotgunning them? Because I'm pretty sure it's all the same in the end. Somebody just opened the door here. Yup. Uh-oh. Is your cat making fun of me? Is your cat telling me to get good? Alright, how am I doing? There's Doom 3 would be just like pitch black. Is there any resources I carry enough to grab even when I'm at this low health? Let's go for it. How do I get out of here again? Oh, there we go. Perfect. Where do I go? Down this way, I think. Still no blue key. Well, I've been here. I didn't miss a switch, did I? Nope. See, that's the blue door. This is where I grab the key. See the blue key, so I gotta go there. Which means I gotta go down, up the stairs, and there. And I go this way. And up this way, and we're back on track. There we go. And I just heard another door open, which means it's time to face more enemies. I really like how Doom just opens up different areas to put more enemies in an area you've already been. It's a lot better than some games which just teleport enemies in with no apologies. Oh, that's not great. Ooh, lots of bullets. Yeah, let's see. Some imps, some former humans. Totally not a trap. Infighting is the best. All right. Final level. I love that set of barrels. It's the final level. I have 400 bullets. Why am I holding on to them? Here we go. So the real threat here isn't really the Barons of Hell, it's the bazillion specters. Although I might be boxed in, and that would be bad if the Barons take a shot at me. Like that. Oh, well, only a quarter of my health gone. The problem with the Spectres is, like, you want to fire off the rockets at the Barons, but if you can't really, if the Spectre is close to you and wants to say hi, then you've got a problem. One down. Now let's just say hi to the other one, who seems to be stuck on his stairs. There we go. Goodbye, Doom. I'm 23 to finish episode 1. That's not bad. My fingers are very sore from this keyboard now. No, it's primarily for typing. I also like hooking it up to my Mister and typing and stuff for the Commodore 64 and Amiga cores and stuff with it. Like, these are not good keyboards for most gaming because they only have like 2-key rollover, so as soon as you're trying to do like modern shooters or anything, you're gonna have a real problem. Clack, 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 clack. Well, I think that's gonna do it for me, so because I am a pro streamer now, we will see if I can raid somebody. Alright, let's send you over to Macaw45, who doesn't need any more viewers, but give him. Let's give you guys to him.